There you go. Okay, welcome everybody to our March Motherhood 101. We are so excited to have you here today to hear about the Lullaby Project. Um, every month at the center, we invite a different provider, a different practice to come and tell us about the work that they're doing in Northwest Indiana and the moms that they're serving. So today is all about the Lullaby Project. I'm going to share a little bit about me, a little bit about the center, and then I'm going to hand it over to Jordy to talk about the Lullaby Project. And we have a little video for you to watch as well to kind of get, real insight into the magic that's happening through the Lullaby Project. As I said, my name is Celeste. I'm the director of the center, and my background is actually as a music therapist, long time ago. At some point, we stopped telling like how many years ago, right? 20 some years ago, I became a music therapist, and my work took me into special education and into working as a birth doula. And then it took me to peer support and working with moms with mental health struggles. And then it took me to my work as a perinatal mental health therapist. So, in addition to running the center, I work as a perinatal therapist. And so I work with moms all day long, but still definitely have a passion for using music to bond with, helping moms learn how to bond with their babies through music and using music. Probably the biggest one is like to decrease anxiety, right? To use music to decrease anxiety and increase mood. Anyway, so that is a little bit about me. As far as the center, if you are new to the center and you're just finding us on this YouTube channel, welcome to the center. We are a nonprofit. We provide peer support, education, and resources to moms struggling with their mental health and moms just looking for a village. So we have a wide variety of different events every month, from one-on-one peer support group peer support, play dates, social events, and then educational opportunities like Motherhood 101. We work with volunteers. We have a team of 13 volunteers, and we train them in maternal mental health, and we pair them with moms who are struggling. So, this resource is just a way for us to kind of get in front of a larger community and bring providers to the center virtually. We all know how easy, how nice it is to have this virtual option. And so we bring providers to the center to share about what they're doing and how they can help you on your motherhood journey. So, with all that said, I'm going to turn it over to Jordy to introduce herself. Jordy is our board president at the center, and she's also the owner of the Great Lakes Music Company. And she's going to talk about her work, about the Lullaby Project. And this is actually a partnership between the center, the Great Lakes Music Company, Northwest Indiana Symphony, and First Things First Porter County. So, really excited to bring all these great organizations together to serve moms in Northwest Indiana. So, with that said, I'm going to mute myself and send it over to Jordy.
Oh, thanks, Celeste, for having me. I'm so excited to talk to everybody about the Fly Project, the importance of music for co-regulation, for coping, for bonding, all of these wonderful things that we're just built to do with music. So the Lullaby Project started in Carnegie Hall in New York, where mothers would be paired with musicians, and the musicians would write custom lullabies with the mother so that they can bring it home, sing it to their baby, practice co-regulation and bonding with music. And the program kind of grew and grew and grew, and now it is all over the world. We are Lullaby Project partners, Celeste and I, with Porter County First Things First as our funders. Um, I had the joy of traveling to New York almost a year ago to go to the annual Lullaby Project convening and really see the effects of this throughout the country and internationally, and just the power of music and using music as this wonderful tool. I've been a board certified music therapist for 14 years. I started the Great Lakes Music Company about 9 years ago. I had my son about 4.5 years ago, and my daughter 4 months ago. Music is a part of who we are and our household, and being able to share that with people who would call themselves non-musicians is incredibly powerful. Because as musicians, it's easy for us. We sing all day, every day, and it's just a natural part of what we do. But teaching anybody that they can use music and that they can and it does be in tune and it doesn't have to be polished. Your babies, your children want to hear your voice as it is. They don't want anything else. Um, what really grounds me in this work is the evolutionary basis for why music is so powerful. Um, we start hearing in the womb around 18 weeks. We hear our mother's voice. We hear her circulatory system. We hear her digestion. We hear the sounds around her. And as we grow in the womb, we hear external sounds. We hear music. We hear our mother singing. And so when we're born, we already have this interest in. A recent study showed that infants 3 days old would pay attention to rhythmic changes in music. So they would be played a piece of music by Mozart and they would stop it before the end of a phrase. And the babies who were connected to EEGs, it showed a spike in their attention. It's not finished. 3 days. At 3 days. That's just incredible. So you can't be too young for music, definitely. We know you can't be too old for music either. So in the Lullaby Project, we have a unique format because it was really important when I became a partner that I didn't just bring music performance and songwriting through the experience, but the therapeutic part of it as well. And as board certified music therapist and Celeste being dual certified as a licensed mental health counselor and um, especially with her advanced training in perinatal mental health, we are in this very unique position to offer not just the songwriting and here's a gift for you, but let's practice these tools. Let's use the knowledge that we have about therapeutic music to inform what we're doing in a way where just a musician isn't able to bridge that gap. We're also able to have hard conversations and answer questions and really unpack some stuff that comes up with this. When you're songwriting and it's an emotional experience, you need to be paired with someone who can walk you through that, who can bring you through that process and can make you feel comfortable. And I feel like those are things that we bring to this experience. So it is a 5 session. We have it kind of like every other week. I think the last two are back to back. 1 hour. We meet with the mothers, and if they bring their babies, that's great too. And each week we start with a mindfulness exercise with music. So whether that is Celeste is leading us in deep breathing or imagery, and I'm playing on the guitar, we're having this really grounding experience in the music and in our bodies so that we can feel ready to dive into some songwriting. Uh, each participant also gets a little booklet that has prompts in it for writing a letter to your baby or what are some things that you want for your child, um, about an experience that you had while you were pregnant or after the baby was born, these important moments. Um, and So there is like a little bit of take home work as well, which I think is really nice because it doesn't just happen during the sessions, but it happens outside of the sessions too. And we talk about what are your favorite music styles? We want this lullaby to be for you and your unique tastes. So it doesn't have to sound like Brahms' lullaby. It doesn't have to sound like You Are My Sunshine. It could sound like your favorite country song. It could sound bluesy or jazzy. It could be something in a different language. It just depends on what's important to you and your child. And we often start with lyrics first, just kind of getting an idea of what the mother wants to say. And then we start adding some music. So we take their favorite styles and we cater it towards the lyrics. And we create this like verse chorus structure. So it's repetitive and memorable. We record the lullabies and also record a dedication. And then we give that to the mothers when we're done. So when it's all finished, we put it in this pretty little package so that they can play it on their phones. They could play it in the car when the baby's crying. Um, Maybe someone else in the family who's watching the baby while the mom is away can play it. Um, we encourage mothers to sing it to their babies while they're still pregnant so that that baby can hear it and they can already associate with their mother's voice this song and relaxation. Um, when we think about the tempos of these songs, we want to think about like a resting heart rate. So 70 beats per minute, 70, 80, a nice calming tempo so that when you're singing it with your child, it's not frantic. You're not trying to wake them up. You are laying with them, you're patting them to the rhythm, and the two of you can co-regulate together. Because if you're not regulated, your baby is going to have a hard time regulating. So, mom has to take care of herself and put herself in the right space to then calm her child. And that can be hard to do, speaking as a mother, and you have a hectic day or you have more than one child at home and one's acting crazy. You might hear my 4-year-old downstairs screaming. It's kind of hard to put yourself in that space. So Celeste and I will teach the mothers these music assisted coping mechanisms for just deep breathing. You just need 30 seconds or a minute or two, whatever you have is enough. So we'll teach box breathing, we'll teach music and imagery, how to find songs that relax you, how to take time for yourself to recenter, and using music as that tool to do that. It's incredibly effective, and it is a skill that you can take home, and you don't need any special equipment. You can sing to yourself. You can use your phone for music. You can use headphones or not. So you could play an instrument, a lot of different options. So what we're hoping uh, the outcome is that we are providing mothers with the knowledge of how to use music for themselves and for their baby. And the product is this personalized lullaby that they can have forever and they can sing forever and have as not just like a keepsake from our time together, but something that is going to be a powerful tool for them for the future. This We had a fall cohort. We had two participants, and now the spring it kind of blew up. We had 16, 18 people. We had 18 reach out. Um, so the recruiting for the first one was kind of hard. That's why we only had the two, but we wanted to get it going, and it was still a wonderful experience. So now, of that 18, we're taking six, and we're going to meet at Valparaiso University, which is also where I teach. I'm the director of the music therapy program over there. So we're going to host at the university. We're going to have our own dedicated room. We're going to have babies there and moms, and we're going to make music, and we're going to have a wonderful time. And I'm just so excited for it. The lullabies are going to be rearranged for small ensembles and performed at the Symphony Under the Stars um, concert in July in downtown Valpo. So we get to see just these lullabies that are just like guitar and voice blown up into this amazing arrangement and performed for the community. So I think it's going to be amazing. It's always a good time. Uh, and yeah, I'm more than happy to answer any questions about lullabies or about the event or anything like that. But I'm just really excited to do it again.
Aw, thanks so much for sharing sharing all of that, Jordy. I think it's such a good comprehensive overview of what the Lullaby Project is all about. And the more we dive into it, the more I'm just reminded, because this was quite a few months ago that we ended. It was a really, really special experience, and music is so powerful. And you know what? Jordy and I were there to facilitate this experience, but it was really the connection that these moms made with the music and their own story and their own mind and body. We did a lot of mind body work and, talking about what type of music makes you feel safe. And we talked about music from their childhood. I'm remembering one of the moms. Brought up a song that perhaps her mom had sung to her. And so then we listened to that song, and then she kind of developed her lullaby based upon this beautiful memory of what her, the song of her childhood. So um, it was a beautiful process, and the power of music was just really prevalent in that. And I'm really excited to get to do it again. So I know that was a lot of information, but just kind of really overview of what the Lullaby Project provides, what the goal is, how we're bringing it to Northwest Indiana. Any questions from Kate or Sarah about this process? And if not, it's okay. Still time to ask. If you have anything, feel free to put it in the comments. And this intro to the Lullaby Project is going to end up on our YouTube channel. So we're happy to answer any questions in the future. If you are watching this at a later date and you have questions about how to get involved or how to find more information about the Lullaby Project, we will, definitely be paying attention to that. So we would love to share, if there are no questions, we'd love to share a little video from the Lullaby Project. I grabbed this from their YouTube channel, and it kind of dives right into the Lullaby Project experience. And you get to hear from some moms about what it meant to them to write this lullaby for their baby. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with the sound, and hopefully, um, yeah, I think I'll keep it the small screen. So then, Jordy, I'm going to start it. If you could just give me a thumbs up if you can hear it.
Project gives time for parents and children to bond. You get to sit down with your kid and act.
You know what? I think I have the wrong one. So um, I'm gonna grab a different one. Sorry about that. I don't think I need to do a reshare. Is the screen changing as I go, Jordy?
Yeah, I can see you browsing.
Sounds good. I'm gonna just try it from the main page and we'll see if this works.
Lullaby Project gives time for parents and children to bond. You get to sit down with your kid and actually write something. They listen to it, and because your kid is your biggest fan.
The Lullaby Project pairs new and expecting families with professional musicians to write and sing personal lullabies for their babies.
Your vegetables, where's that?
The project began in New York City between a partnership that Carnegie Hall had with a local public hospital, Jacobi Medical Center. And the staff at Jacobi Medical Center actually wondered what role could music and songwriting play in mitigating stress and supporting the well-being of young families. Additionally, what role could music play in strengthening the bond, the connection between parent and child? We now work with families across a range of settings, from healthcare to justice to social service settings.
I remember being very scared and hesitant. I had the family sit down and we each wrote a letter for Zion, our baby boy who's 7 months now.
Climb the mountain, Zion, walk it, girl.
I had never written a lullaby before. I had never done anything like this. Working with Saskia was incredible. She really believed in me, which allowed me to believe in myself.
Connecting with human beings is really what it's about. There's a very gratifying sensation at the end of a session where you really see a transformation happen.
You're gonna get your pearl. As a new mom, I was going through postpartum with writing an uplifting song and then singing it to her and seeing her reaction to it. It just blew my mind.
The Lullaby Project at its heart really is about connecting. It's about connecting families together through music. It's a way to give a parent or a caregiver a way to be creative. A lot of times people are writing and singing little songs for their baby anyway, and in the Lullaby Project we give a chance to make that really bloom.
We've seen that lullaby moments can spur language development, communication, the ways in which families can joke and play, and even moderate stress with one another.
It provides this space for a caregiver, a parent to express all of these loving messages to their children in the form of a song.
Hello, everybody. How you doing today? My name is Anya. My song is called Don't Ever Change. I basically wrote it for my daughter to tell her to just be herself. She doesn't have to be anybody different. Don't ever change. Don't let anyone or anything make you lose yourself. Don't ever change. Grow up and become. My motivation and my energy comes from my daughter. It feels amazing to sing my song to her.
As a musician, as an artist, but also as a human being, I think it has taught me to really listen in a deeper way.
Climb the mountain, Zion.
It didn't feel like it was just my song or Zion's, but like a song that everyone can take from.
Walk in your purpose. Know your people, Zion. Walk in remembrance. Know your history, Zion. It lives in your presence. Your path is lit by fireflies. Hear the whispers in the night. Listen close and you will find all you need lies inside.
Okay. I thought that was a great summary of what the Lullaby Project is all about. You got to hear from some of the moms. They weren't our moms, but definitely some moms who obviously found this process really powerful and meaningful to their families. So grateful again for your time today to learn more about the Lullaby Project, learn more about what we're doing here in Northwest Indiana. Jordy and I are very excited to get started with our spring cohort and just kind of blown away that we had so much interest, which I think just shows, there's a lot of moms in Northwest Indiana, but also a lot of moms that are interested in increasing their bond with their baby and learning how to use music to regulate and to decrease stress and to just bring something joyful into their home, right? And into their relationship. So again, thank you for your time. This is going to be up on YouTube. And so you can join us there. And if you have any questions, definitely add them in the comments. So thanks so much for being here and hope to see you soon.